Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. This is your coach here with Tristan Dunn, ready to do our week 3 NCAA football recap. Tristan, I'm not going to lie. I took a beating, my friend. I took a beating. I was on posted plays. I was 1-5. I believe it took me to 18-10-1 now on the year. Something like that, pretty close. I posted it on TikTok, but man, it seemed like I had the Midas touch this weekend. Everything I touched turned into mufflers. It was just, and the thing was, the first 2 losses, and I knew it was going to be bad, and I should have stopped. And for those of you that are listening, wondering, when do you keep going? When do you stop? When you get that gut feeling that it's over, just stop. You got plenty more days to go, but I didn't. Like an idiot, I kept going. But the first 2 plays that I lost, and you tailed me on this, and I apologize for it. We lost in the last minute of the game, and we lost by 1 point.
Like 2 different times.
2 different times. And I thought, man, this is really going to suck. The only team that really came through for me early was Penn State. That was pretty good. But then here's the thing, and here's the thing with me. I don't know if it's this way with you. I know other guys get fired up once they lose a couple quick. They just start firing on all cylinders. They just start boom, boom. I couldn't do that. I had in our pick'em show last week, I told you, man, I was high on Washington to cover. The Ohio State, Western Kentucky, man, that was going to blow over, and it did. I had a bunch of games that I'd picked that did hit, but those were the afternoon games. You know, if I'd have started hot, then it would have just gotten better. But then I shied away, and I said, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this. And I watched the A&M game, and then here come the evening games. And it just got worse for me.
That's where I made my money.
It really did. I mean, you and Donnie got hot, man, and I just couldn't find my bearings. It was one of the worst weekends for me in college football that I can remember. But it was a complete opposite for you. How did it go? I know you posted a few plays, but this is why we tell people to go to the Discord, because, you know, you keep rolling and you keep posting. You had a hell of a weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, starting with college football. So I tailed you on every play. And then I also took some of my own plays. So like I took North Carolina -7, and I took Wake Forest money line live when they were down. And both of those hit. We hit Penn State and also had LSU -9.5. That shit was free as fuck.
So I was so off on Mississippi State. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then that was one of our 1 point losses on the over. Or we had the under and it went over by a point. It was bullshit. Yep. But anyways, and then between my personal wins and then telling you, I was about even. Like literally, I think I was up like a half unit.
Okay.
So, but then going into the night game, Florida and Tennessee,
I
fucking hammered Florida. There was a stat that popped up that made me, I just knew. It said that Tennessee hadn't beat Florida in 20 years.
Yep.
I knew right then. I hit the +6 first. I only threw like 4 units on it. But then I was looking and I'm like, you know what? I hit the fucking money line. I hit the money line.
Wow. Yeah.
Won $500 off of that. And so Saturday started really, really good for overall good weekend.
Yeah. That was, I know. Well, our buddy Chase, he was at the Missouri game. He showed us some cool footage. We have it on the Discord, and him and El Scott and BK, some guys were down there. They stormed the field after the 61-yard field goal to win it. Missouri, what a game that was. That was a lot of fun to watch. And then hit the Florida on the money line, that was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just huge, man.
Tennessee didn't have a chance from the first kickoff.
Yeah,
I mean, they got fucking waxed.
But I was so skittish to bet. You know, that would have been last season. That would have been one of my upsets. Here it comes. But I was so skittish. Anyway, I'm way deep in my feels. I promised myself I would get over it by today, and we're starting a new week.
Been telling him to get his head out of his ass for 3 days now.
Oh my gosh, dude, it scared me. But man, you know, Florida State goes to Boston College,
Terrible.
24-point favorites, and they just could not. I mean, they gave up 13 in the fourth quarter.
Dude, I lost a lot of money on Florida State between hitting them live. I then turned around and tried to bet Boston College. That game was overall. I honestly probably lost close to 6-7 units betting that game because I couldn't quit. I couldn't. That's where. So I'll go ahead and tell you as a bettor, that's where I fuck up is live betting.
Yeah.
That is where Tristan gets into some deep fucking shit because I don't. It goes well for me sometimes, New York Giants, but
we'll get to that on another podcast.
Yeah, we'll tell you about that on another podcast. But yeah, so fuck Florida State. I won't bet on them again this year.
Yeah, you know, if you're gonna be that wishy washy, if you're gonna be like my ex-girlfriend, I don't want anything to do with you. That's too much toxicity. I don't like it. I mean, they still got a shot to make the playoffs and all that, but that doesn't look like a national championship team.
No.
If you go to Boston College and lay an egg like that, that was just bad. You know, and you know, go down the line like Texas, another 27-point favorite or 20, whatever they were. I mean, didn't cover that.
It felt like dog day.
Yeah, it was. It was a dog day, and we should have saw that, and we didn't, and we missed the boat. I mean, it's when you go in there and you take the favorites cover for a week or two, Vegas is just setting you up. And they set me up and they sat me down quick. I mean, it was horrible. Dude, what's going on at Alabama? Like,
bro, I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, my gosh.
If USF – so I wanted to say this off air, but I'm going to say it on air. I'm starting to get a little bit of a feel for college football. Just a little bit. I watched all year last year. I've been watching all year this year so far. I'm starting to get a little feel for it. If USF did not have an 18-year-old true freshman, they win that game.
Yeah.
100% win that game.
Yeah.
And that quarterback, he did not play bad. He played pretty decent. And I really kind of thought, man, if he had a year under his belt, Alabama's in trouble.
Yeah, I like the way Nick Saban, I like the way he handled it. Now he named the kid that ended up quarterbacking for Alabama there. He's not going to start the next game. He's bringing back the starter.
Number 4.
But it's like, dude, what's it, bro, whatever his name is.
Yeah. But
dude, it's not the quarterback problem there. It's an offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, they just can't get it straight, and that was brutal. But so Oregon beat the brakes out of Hawaii, which they should have, 55-10, which sets up Oregon and Colorado this weekend. Oregon is almost a 21-point favorite, and Colorado lost Hunter, lacerated liver lacerated liver, so they lost him for 3 weeks. The kid that did that, I don't know if you've been reading on this or not, but the kid that hit him late, and it was a cheap shot, 100%. That kid's getting death threats stuff now. I mean,
I saw that.
It's getting pretty bad, but that's going to be an interesting game. We'll talk about that. But I don't know, 21 points, or do you keep riding the Colorado train because they're winning? But we're not talking about wins and losses. We're talking about covering.
Yeah.
Now we're at 20.5. That's going to be an interesting talk. We're going to see how the line moves and the bets and all that go. But, dude, LSU coming back to life at Mississippi State. I thought Mississippi State was going to run the ball. I thought they had a decent defense. And, boy, I was wrong. LSU is the real deal. That's what made me think Florida State's the real deal. But, I mean, this is another one that we lost in the last minute in the game. This was the under that I picked. And Mississippi State scored there at the end to break my cover by 1. But LSU looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Now you've been watching it 2 years. Is LSU that good, or is Mississippi State that bad?
I think LSU is that good.
Yeah.
I think they just got caught week 1 against a good against Florida State. I'm not even going to say Florida State's a good team. I just think LSU got caught slipping. I honestly do. That's just what I think.
I mean, it was okay. I'm gonna say that it's just like I watched the A&M Miami game. There was 3 or 4 mistakes, and those 3 or 4 mistakes sometimes can cost you a touchdown, but those 3 or 4 mistakes sometimes could lead into a rout.
Yeah,
and that's what happened with us. But what a game! You guys that watched the Missouri game, that was a great game. But now we got Ole Miss playing Alabama. Ole Miss and Alabama. Bama's still favored.
I love Ole Miss in that game.
Right?
That's not a good thing, I don't think. But I love Ole Miss in that game. Why would you not?
Exactly. So Nick Saban does this, okay? And this is you got to look at get away from the game and look at what Saban did. He benched his starting quarterback for this kid. Did you watch the starting quarterback during that game? He was the backup quarterback's cheerleader more than anybody else. He was jumping up and down, tapping him, dapping him. I mean, it was just leadership at its finest. Kind of what Jalen Hurts did when Tua came in. I don't know if you remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in doing that, Saban saw what he wanted to see out of this out of that Milroe kid.
Why did Milroe get benched in the first place?
Because he's horrible. Because he was having a rough time of it.
Okay.
He's having a rough time of it. Yeah, he wasn't hurt.
Obviously, the other fuck wasn't the answer either.
No, he's not. But it showed
Alabama might end up with 3-4 losses this year, dude.
Well, here's the thing, though. So Saban does this, and it reminds me of the Jalen Hurts thing. Now you bring this kid back to lead this team. The locker room saw it. The kids saw it. They've got talent. Now the coach is going to put you back in. That's got to give you some confidence as a quarterback. He's as good as they come athletic wise.
Yeah.
Can he put it together to make a run? Can Alabama make a run now? Will this be something that puts them over the top? That's something that creeps into the back of a lot of people's minds. But I'm with you. I like Ole Miss. They're scoring a bunch of points, man. They're scoring a bunch of points, and
I think if Alabama gets caught in any kind of shootout this year, I just don't know that they got the offense to keep up.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Oklahoma again looked good. Scored a bunch of points in the Big 12. That Big 12 is going to be interesting because Texas kind of had a down. Oklahoma's not letting down. They're scoring points. That's going to be interesting. North Carolina covered for you. I think Minnesota should be 0-3, but North Carolina did a number on them. Puff, it wasn't you, it was Puff.
Yeah,
that called the Duke game.
Yeah,
he said Duke was his play, and it was more. Well, he loves the coach, but it was more of a fade on the Northwestern team that's going through some problems. But great hit, Puff. I know you're not here, but that was a great hit on that one. Yep. Dude, Washington State and Washington, you got to watch out for those guys. Oh, my gosh. It was the Western Michigan game. You were calling it a surgical bet.
It fucking was too, bro.
I thought I was all over.
Let me tell y'all something. Coach is being really hard on himself. His plays were fucking good. And I'm gonna tell him that I haven't actually told him that yet. His plays were really good. We got hooked or lost by a point on so many games, dude. It was crazy. I mean, the line was that sharp.
I thought we were. I mean, I wasn't watching the game because I was kind of, but you kept telling me, "Oh, look at Western Michigan, surgical." I mean, it was 14-3 at halftime.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, Iowa scored 27 points in the second half. This team hasn't scored that many points in 5 years total.
I know. I was just not known for scoring points like that. And like when the game was low scoring in the first half, I texted Z these exact words. We should have thrown the mortgage on fucking
Yeah.
WMU, and I'm glad I didn't.
You did say that, man. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I mean, it was just a really wild ride this Saturday. I mean, like I said, I lost a bunch. I think I was down, 9 units total. I mean, I ended up being down almost 14 or 15 units at one time. In one day, I was down that
Donnie
much.
helped you come back, though. You did say that.
Yeah. Now, Donnie was on a freaking heater, and it started in the evening with the Colorado game. And thank goodness that my only play on the Colorado game was the over. So, double overtime. But then Donnie texts me. He goes, dude, take the West Virginia first quarter under and take New Mexico first half over and take Fresno. Just these little plays. He was texting me these. And, man, Donnie was on a freaking heater, boy. And it helped. Or I'd be paying my bookie's mortgage right now if it weren't for him. But dude, it was just a what a day. Dude, I got into town. I'm going to be Saturday. Auburn is at A&M at 11. Me and the wife are going to be at that game, and I am scared shitless, bud. We look really, really good against New Mexico, and we look really good against Monroe, and we got beat by Miami. And all I see is Auburn scoring 45 points or more every game. Like, it doesn't matter who it is.
Is it so? It's at Kyle Field.
It's at Kyle Field. It's a morning. Starts at 11. So we'll be tailgating probably by about 8:30 or 9. We're probably leaving here about 8 or so. It only takes 50 minutes to get there.
Are you excited to go?
I'm really excited to go. I'm excited for my wife to go because she's never been to an A&M game with the tailgates, with all the fanfare. Last time I took her was during COVID, so everybody's wearing their diapers around their face and scared of that fake flu or whatever it was. But yeah, we're going early. We're going to go visit some of my buddies there. They'll be tailgating out there, so we're going to go visit there and get to see the whole thing. The only thing that sucks, it's not at night. It's a whole different. In the SEC, there's a difference between a day game and a night game. I'm telling you, if Florida and Tennessee would have been at 11 o'clock in the morning, it would have been a completely different ball game.
I think Tennessee might have taken that one.
It would have been close. It would have been cose. But the Swamp at night,
yeah, dude.
Singing Sweet Caroline.
That game was sweet.
It's stupid.
I had fun watching that game.
Yeah, the Swamp will eat up anybody that shows up at night. It doesn't matter what they think they look like. It's really, really awesome. So yeah, dude, it was a rough start or a rough weekend, but it happens. I think we're gonna claw our way back a little bit. Clemson looked a little bit better. I know it's a Florida Atlantic, but they look a little bit better. I think TCU's in trouble in the Big 12. They only took Houston by 3 touchdowns. That's going to be rough, but we'll see. We got a full pick'em show coming up. We're going to go through some games. Finally, we got some good games.
I was about to say some big games this weekend.
We got some good ones.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Y'all be careful. Texas State now scored 77 points.
On who?
On Jackson State. The Jackson State's 2-2, but it's about the Texas State is a real. You watch out for those guys.
Jackson State that Dion came from.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. 34. 56 points in the first half, brother.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's a beat down.
Dude, that ball club is good. Them, UTSA, it's going to be a close one. Yeah, I like them. It's going to be a fun ride, man. It really is. Yeah. Kansas, UTEP. So anyway, yeah, it was a rough weekend for old Coach here, but we're going to get off the schneid. We got some good good games coming up. Conference games finally, stuff that matters. Watch out for those SEC unders. because I think they're going to start hitting now. I think it's going to be a little more. It's going to be a little tighter. The game's going to be a little bit tighter, and there's less free for alls. They're not going to take as many chances as they will with non-conference games and stuff like that.
Starting getting into the meat of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The ACC, we're going to start seeing those teams battle a little bit, see if anybody can compete with Michigan in the Big 12. And dude, the Pac-12 is really interesting to me because there's a lot of points over there. I mean, you got USC, you got Washington, you got Washington State. Some of these boys, Oregon, I'm sorry, don't leave out Oregon. Good Lord, those bitches are averaging 65 points a game. It's going to be a pretty cool, and then they're 9 o'clock game, so we get to watch them. I'm really excited about that. But anyway, guys, we've got a website up for you. CoachesCallOnTap.com. CoachesCallOnTap.com. We've got some merch and stuff, but you can go there and link up with our Discord. We got merch there. We got shirts and hoodies and all that stuff, and we'd appreciate it if you did buy some stuff from us. But you don't have to. But you can link our Discord to it, and then if you've got friends that want to watch or comment or anything on our YouTube channel, you can go to CoachesCallOnTap.com, and it'll link you straight here to all of our podcasts, NFL, college, all that good stuff. So make sure you go follow us over there. Go check it out. Leave a comment. Some of you guys are watching and you're liking. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Comment. Let us know how we're doing. What you think we're doing. I've got another group, parlay bettors. Where they're going to be on here pretty soon. Hopefully we'll get them on. They're doing things with parlays and teasers that I know how to bet parlays and teasers, but the way they're betting them to offset each other is really, really interesting. And these guys are, if they're not in the green, they're pretty even every weekend. And that's what caught my eye. And it's a new group. You can catch them on TikTok. But we're going to let them come on first, and then they can plug all their stuff. But we got some pretty cool stuff coming up. Tristan, you got anything else, buddy?
Nope.
All right, man. Well, this is your coach here with Tristan. This is our NCAA recap week 3. We've got our Pick'em show for week 4 coming up this week. Y'all stay tuned for that. Guys, we appreciate you following us. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Tell your friends about us, and leave some comments. Let us know what you think. This is Coach's Call on Tap. We appreciate you. We'll see you later.
Peace out.